guys, for whoever's interested. I just think the emergency services are fascinating, and little stories behind the scene kind of makes it neat. There was this one call, and this was probably, I hate to say it, a quarter century ago. I was driving down here. I'm in downtown McAfee, Kentucky, in Mercer County. I'm driving by, and I was young enough on the fire department, and actually the Madison County Rescue Squad, I think, maybe just the Adair County or Taylor County Rescue Squad. I can't remember what I was on at the time. But I was driving through here and had a scanner on, and had a Mercer County ambulance call. They said a guy fell out of a barn. This is way out in the field, probably a half mile at least. Fell out of the barn and it hurt real bad. And there's no ambulances available, and they were calling people trying to wake him up and trying to get backup medics and things. And I thought, well, that's right here. It says it's right across the street from so-and-so, and this is way before Kentucky Barnes was here. And it's way down a long road. You can see it from the road. I thought, that's got to be it. So I just randomly drove down there, and I got out and said, somebody hurt? And I go, oh my gosh, he's dying. And it was some young white dude, and he was hanging tobacco and fell out of the rafters, second rafter up, and the rafter broke, which anybody that's hung tobacco before knows those experiences or heard the stories about them. He fell and hit the tobacco wagon, the tongue on his ribs, and he was hurting bad. He was laying in a pile of freshly hung tobacco, and he had a huge hematoma on his side near the second, third bottom ribs, and difficulty breathing. He was slightly pale, and so I got on the phone. I said, y'all call them and tell them this is probably a tension pneumothorax or worse, and he definitely needs somebody. And it did take a while, and I know everybody waiting on the ambulance thinks it takes a long time, but it really did, because they were short-handed. And I don't know who the medic was. It was an older black guy with coveralls, and you could tell he probably was on fifth call or the sixth one out. And he had just got up and zipped up his coveralls, and they brought some prehistoric ambulance because all their good units were gone. And he instantly saw it and did a good job patient assessment. I had his blood pressure and all that stuff ahead of time, and respirations. And respirations were getting more labored, and they were getting closer together. And I was really worried. And he called and said, we need to get this guy to UK like right now. And they brought the ambulance. We loaded him up, and I don't know if they flew the guy out or what, but I mean, it was definitely a load and go type of situation. And it was just a bunch of good old Kentucky farmers just hanging tobacco, and he fell. And that's that barn way out yonder, across from Kentucky Barnes in downtown McAfee, Kentucky. That was in Mercer County. And I never knew what happened. Most of the time I never do know what happens, because a lot of my calls were in other counties. And you load them up and you send them on and you worry about them, and then you never see them again. So hopefully he was okay. Once they finally got the medics there, they did take it serious, and hopefully got that good level of care. But they sure could have used a paramedic, and probably sure could have used a chest decompression. But I mean, what a terrible mechanism of injury to fall from at least 15 feet, maybe 20 feet, and land on a steel tobacco wagon tongue. And it hurts just thinking about it. So that was from Mercer County.